Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Australia is full of amazing riding destinations for adventure riders, but we don't always get the time to get away from work or take a few days off. That's why I'm really glad I found this particular ride. The ride is just north of Sydney and starts by heading through Galston Gorge before making its way up to Wiseman's Ferry. Once you cross over at Wiseman's Ferry, you head up Macdonald River to the historic town of St Albans. This is where the adventure starts getting really remote as you go up to higher Macdonald, further up the Macdonald River. And it's hard to believe that such a wild location is so close to Sydney. Galston Gorge is a great place to practice your slow speed manoeuvring with these hairpin bends requiring you to drop into first gear and carefully modulate your brakes to take these tight corners. Coming out of Galston Gorge, you head up the old northern road towards Wiseman's Ferry, which is about a half-hour run through forest, with the Marra National Park on your right most of the way. Once you arrive at Wiseman's Ferry, you just head through the town, where hopefully the ferry is waiting for you. But even if you miss it, it's usually only about 10 minutes before it comes back. Coming off the ferry and turning left towards St Albans is when the adventure really starts, and it's not too long before the road turns to dirt. To show you a bit of a comparison. It's a beautiful bike, but it's a bit too heavy for my liking, especially with the amount of off-road riding I like to do. done this loop on a road bike plenty of times in the past, and used to always turn left here heading back towards Wiseman's Ferry again. But what I love about adventure riding is that you can discover places you couldn't otherwise have gone to. And instead of turning left, I turned right towards the Upper Macdonald area. I came to such a beautiful bend in the river that I had to pull over and take a shot of the bike. Because this road is basically a dead end and there's no way through the other side, the road gets less and less used the further up you go, and I didn't pass another vehicle the entire ride. It's almost a strange feeling like you're riding up someone's long driveway, even though there are multiple farms on either side of the road as you go up. I had suspected that there would be some river crossings, but I was a bit surprised when I came around this final bend and saw that there was quite a lot of sand ahead of me. I hadn't done any sand riding on the Tiger yet, but I know how hard it can be on heavy bikes to run through soft sand, and I was a bit apprehensive about heading into this on my own. After looking at it for a while, I decided to head on down and see how it looked closer to the river crossing. I got to this point and I suddenly imagined myself stuck in soft sand in the middle of nowhere, so I thought the wisest thing to do was to go and have a look at it and just see exactly what I was dealing with before I went ahead. I don't know if I'm a natural pessimist, but I've been stuck before in mud and I know it's pretty hot work. So I took this opportunity to take my jacket and gloves off and do the crossing a bit more lightly dressed. I walked down to the water's edge and it looked firm enough, so I thought, what the heck, I'll give it a go. If there's one thing I've learned from beach driving in four-wheel drives, it's you should always let the air out of your tyres and make sure you don't have any kind of traction control on. The last thing you want is a sudden loss of power. Well, I was glad to have made it through without dropping it. I did hit a deep patch of water there and filled up both my boots, but I know it could have been a whole lot worse. Well, the road really started to thin out up here and I knew I couldn't get through anyway, so I thought I'd head back and pick up my gear.